Welcome back into another episode of Hefe's World. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. But let's go ahead and get right into it. We recapping Saturday night's main event. The show kicked off with just about everybody from the card arriving to the arena, shown backstage in some form or fashion. Even the $1 Million Man was showing up in a limo backstage. Then we get a lovely Saturday night's main event intro, followed by Joe and Jesse introducing the show, and then Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley is up first. One excellent back and forth matchup that started when Lillian Garcia, the guest ring announcer, was announcing Rhea Ripley. Nia Jax would try and attack her to start the match. Like I said, this was a great back and forth matchup. There was a point where I think people might have thought Rhea may have gotten hurt and Nia possibly may win this match. But Rhea, of course, defied all odds, like I was saying before, hit Nia with the Riptide for the win. Um, like I said from the Raw post show, I'm sorry, the SmackDown post show, it just doesn't make sense why Nia came out and said what she said because we already knew what was going to happen at that point, that she was already 100% going to lose this match because she declared for the Royal Rumble. Again, I think that was a terrible move on Hunter's part. Uh, one of the first biggest terrible moves he's made in his new era. Uh, After that match, we have Sheamus and Braun Breaker. That match, Sheamus 10th time going for the the IC championship. Unfortunately, another loss. Braun Breaker won this match with a spear. So he is still Intercontinental Champion. It'll be interesting to see what's next for Sheamus after this loss again. After this match, we are going to get the contract signing. So Shawn Michaels makes his way down to the ring first. He introduces Kevin Owens, and then he brings out Cody Rhodes. He tries to get them to sit down, but these guys are locked in face to face. And then he continues. He gets Cody to sign fairly easily. Kevin Owens, of course, cuts a promo before he signs. He eventually ends up signing the contract, and of course, at the end, it leads to a little scuffle that all ends with HBK getting the upper hand on Kevin Owens and hitting him with a sweet chin music. But right before that, um, Kevin Owens tried to hit him with the banned pile driver. And of course, Cody made the save there. After this segment, we have Jay shown backstage warming up for the title match later, and then a lovely video package of Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu is displayed. After that video package, Braun Strowman's music would hit, and he would make his way down to the ring, followed by none other than Jacob Fatu. This match between these two men was absolutely amazing before it got out of control. Jacob Fatu is just unhinged, unleashed, and there's just no stopping this man. He repeatedly was just hitting this man's head back and forth from the other side of the ropes. The ref eventually tried to get into the way, and if anybody knows Jacob, that's a bad idea. Jacob, of course, threw the ref out the ring. When the ref regained consciousness, he would, of course, ring the bell, which did not stop Jacob from continuing. Eventually, some security and refs would try and run out. Jacob, at this point, had gotten a chair and hits one of them with the chair and just starts beating up people left and right. Um, Eventually, he would hit three moonsaults on Braun Strowman and leave this man an absolute bloody mess. So I am actually, I know I said in the pre-show I wanted to see some blood with the Sheamus match, but I'm just glad we got to see some in general. Um, it's interesting to see what happens next between these two guys and how long Braun Strowman is actually out of action with the Royal Rumble being next week. So I'm curious to see if they keep Braun out of the Rumble or how long they actually have this man out of action for. But nonetheless, great match. Winner by DQ was Braun Strowman. I don't think they officially announced that on the show while everything was going on. But I mean, we if you saw what happened, Braun Strowman by DQ, absolutely. Jacob destroyed the living shit out of him towards the end, and there was just nothing left for him, just a pile of blood. So if you want to go see some crazy action, make sure you go run that back. Also, the last match on the card, right before Gunther was shown backstage warming up, and then Jey Uso's music hits. He makes his way through the crowd. Another hot entrance. Crowd is, of course, always 100% behind him. Then Gunther comes out to the ring, and we have our main event for the title. This match was exceptional. 10 out of 10 match. Gunther versus Jay, another classic. Jay Uso, man, on his own singles competitor, it's absolutely one of the best splits we've seen, in my opinion, as far as actual tag team wrestling goes. When you have two tag team wrestlers, and they split, I feel like you always get one that's a bigger star than the other, and it looks like Jay's going to be that guy. Um, Jimmy is not far behind him, but Jay is definitely that guy. But Jay will try and hit. He hit two spears and hit that Uso splash. We as fans definitely, I'm sure, thought, hey, maybe there's a chance he can get this victory. But of course, Gunther kicked out at 2.5. Jay goes for a third spear, and Gunther gets him for the power bomb twice. And 1, 2, 3. Unfortunately, Gunther wins again. And that's the way they end the show, basically, with Gunther looking at Jay as if like he's shocked that he got him that far. Um, it was all in all, it was a really good pay per view. A couple matches. Don't expect much. As I was saying, they'll keep it within 2 hours. Not much you can do to really drag out four matches in one segment to do 3 hours or anything more than 2 hours. But all in all, this was a great card. Looking forward to the Royal Rumble, seeing who wins those matches, and definitely that Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes title match. Um, that should be one for the ages. I wonder if Shawn Michaels will play any part. I wonder if they'll make him special guest ref for that match, even though they definitely don't need one, but an outside enforcer or whatever the case may be. That would be interesting. However, we know Cody's going to win the match regardless. Uh, but yeah, make sure you guys catch the next episode. I'll be previewing Raw real soon, so make sure you hit that subscribe button at the bottom. I'll catch y'all next time, and remember, this is Hefe's World, and y'all just living in it.